Hello everyone, this is Bea. I'm joining you for the Excel Nation Day from my home in London. I feel very happy and very privileged that I get the opportunity to share with you my last year of the Excel Nation and also my story since I joined. I'm very happy and excited to be part of the Excel Nation community because I'm very clear for myself that my life will never be the same. I never thought possible for myself to be an entrepreneur. And I never thought possible for myself to be someone who creates her wealth out of her talents and passion and is creating flow from what she loves. I always thought I would have to be earning money through being in investment banking, climbing the corporate ladder and earning a lot of cash so I can take it somewhere else to different parts of my life and pay for what I love to do. And what I'm really clear now, thanks to Wealth Dynamics and Excel Nation, I can have it both together. So what I do now is I ambassador and coach extraordinary women. I'm really clear that this is something that is true to my heart, is completely aligned with my purpose. I wake up every day being completely happy and blessed that every conversation I have with my clients, with the women around the world, makes a difference. I started with my decision to leave my previous career behind. Ever since I was at the age of 18, I thought that my whole life and career will be in investment banking and monetary policy, and I will end up to be the governor of a central bank. And all these years I invested in studying and working were designated for this commitment. And it wasn't until I really got to see that this wasn't fulfilling, and I took the courage to leave everything behind. And it wasn't very easy to write. I'm a very fast achiever. I always was used to be the number one and have triple A's. So one thing I really got to see for myself that what I need to do is to give myself a promise that I can start from blank canvas and I will do nothing for at least half a year. And it was that time when I met Roger and I came across Wealth Dynamics and the Excel Nation. Nothing in front of me, it was a complete blank canvas. I remember having a conversation when I resigned with my ex-boss. He said, well, Bea, at your age, people don't just go and exit investment banking. Think about all these years you invested in studying and the best universities you went to, all your previous positions. I was also a personal assistant to ex-deputy prime minister, went to Oxford, and I just really it didn't really make a difference if I was not fulfilled and living the life I love. And at that time, pretty much the only person that trusted me and took a stand for me was my husband, Jan, for which I'm very grateful. So that's where I was in 2007, completely nothing in front of me. And that was the time when I met Roger Hamilton and Wealth Dynamics became part of the Excel community and also did my Wealth Dynamics profile, and I came as a star. I could see that the star game was the right game for me. I have to say, intuitively I had always felt it, but having done the Wealth Dynamics profile, it was the first time that I could really see the pathway and I could see the rules of the game, and that was the most exciting part. So I really took it on, I got committed to it, and I was also committed to play by the rules. The first year wasn't very easy. I invested so much time in building my wealth foundation, wealth network, internal values, to really have them integrated, aligned with my passion and my talent and my purpose. And I was so excited to be part of the Excel network because it was the first time I was inside a community that was committed to the vision I was personally deeply committed as well, and that was to create a worldwide wealth. So I started being surrounded by people who wanted to make a difference, but they also got clear that they wanted to make a difference by creating their true wealth and creating worldwide wealth. And it didn't really matter whether the people were in London or they were in Hong Kong or Australia or New Zealand. All of a sudden I was part of a global community where I knew I could contact and be supported by anyone who was part of a network around the world. The important thing is that it wasn't only about me playing individually a star game. I always wanted to show up, step up and give back. So already the first year I became a Wealth Dynamics Master Practitioner for women. My husband Jan and I took on the leadership and country position for Slovakia. It was an opportunity for us and a privilege to take this conversation and this community to Slovakia and make a difference. Even after the transition to Excel Nation, I found it very important for me to keep stepping up and giving back. So I stayed being part of the leadership body. I took on being accountable for communication and integrity. I also founded and led the Extraordinary Women of the World Circle on the Excel world. And when we were founded, it was one of the most growing and fastest growing circles on the Excel world. I love being part of Excel community because it gives me space to play, and I've always been a player. I got so much out of it, and for the last 3 years I'm really clear it was because I played, and I surrounded myself by other founding members and citizens who play full out. And now I can say that my network is really great. I have friends who are part of Excel community who are in different cities, different countries, but I also myself travel a lot. I went to Bali a couple of times. I went and connected with the Excel community in Hong Kong. I set up a virtual circle on the Excel world. That's what's available for everyone who is part of Excel. When they play, they participate, they connect, and they give effectively. Over the course of the last few years, I learned for myself that sticking to my path and following my purpose really works. I started a few years ago from nothing, just working with few women in London. And now if I look at the network of my clients and the women I make difference to, I can see that they come from all different parts of the world. I work with women from different parts of Europe, North America, South America. I have clients in Hong Kong. But I also am clear that I make difference with women who really are shifting the future of different nations, or the markets, or different industries. I work with women who are in high politics, women who ran or are going to run for presidencies, women who have top positions in corporations and they're really looking how to best get in their flow to make a difference. I work with women who are child protection experts, who are great fashion designers, and are really creating new vision for how women can dress, and it's all very exciting. Last year I really started experiencing getting momentum and experiencing magic of attraction. I started having more and more opportunities coming to me instead of me going out and chasing. For example, I was invited by Harvard Business School to be a speaker at a conference for women. I also started getting attraction from Slovakian media. I was profiled by one of the top national newspapers as a Slovakian recipe for success, invited to be part of the documentary commissioned by the national television for successful Slovakians abroad. And recently I was also invited to be a guest on one of the top national talk shows, where I had the opportunity to share about my life, the work I do with extraordinary women, and my legacy. That was an important acknowledgement for me, because I really got to see I can be viewed as successful and someone who makes a difference by honoring who I am, walking my path. I got to see it doesn't have to be the traditional old way where I thought I would stay in investment banking and finance. But I am really clear now that the way I made the difference, even though I don't live in my home country, is being who I am and following my path and working with extraordinary women to fulfill a legacy and make a difference. I'm very clear that over the last few years, most of my success has been thanks to the Excel community and the language of wealth dynamics that we all use. During the last few years, I was introduced to so many amazing people. I was coached, I was supported, I was mentored by founding members, and I also was enabled to create a global network. So wherever I am, whoever I need to talk to, I always know that I can be either introduced or contact them directly. Today is the first birthday of the Excel Nation. And going forward is so important for us to organize ourselves based on our true values and principles. Because of that, we recently launched the Excel Nation Value Survey. You received the emails with the instructions. If you haven't done the survey yet, please go back to your email, get the instructions, and go and do the survey. It will only take you 10 minutes and will make a huge difference to all of us. On our first birthday, let's celebrate and treasure our unique community of social entrepreneurs. Magic only happens when you participate.